Hello everyone, welcome back to our course today. So today we will continue our lessons with Unit 1B grammar, which is about past simple tense affirmative only. Okay, so before we move to the main section of the lessons, let's do some warm-up activity. Okay, so here the warm-up activity. I have two questions for you. Is there a lottery in your country? And do you think it's a good idea to buy tickets? Why or why not? So let me say my opinion first. Okay, we all know that there are about 3 to 4 kind of lottery in our country, like the national lottery, right? With lot, 4, 5, 6, and something like that. One more, but I don't remember the name. Okay, so for me, I don't think it's a good idea to buy tickets because we all know that the chance for you to win the prize of the tickets is very low. It's even lower than the chance of being hit by the thunder. Yes, my teacher said that when I was studying high school. Okay, so I don't think it's a good idea. When you buy tickets, it's just a waste of money because you must spend a rather considerable amount of money to buy it, and some people are addicted to it because they want the why what they want the chance to change their life. Okay, so okay, that's my opinion. So we will discuss more about this in class. Okay, before we move to the main section, one more time, you need to learn about some vocabulary, some new word to support you with the reading test. Okay, there will be about 2 reading tests for you to do in today's lecture. Okay, so here is the vocabulary list. The first word is a noun. Argument, argument, argument. Okay, argument is a noun to talk about the disagreement or the process of disagreeing. For example, the kids had an argument about what game to play. Okay, so the next one is the irresolved verb. It's a get into something. It means to start being involved in an activity. For example, after he lost his job, he got into debt. Debt is mm, the amount of money you borrow from someone, but you are not be able to uh, give it back to them in time. Okay, so it's a get into something. The next one is lottery. Okay, we have just learned lottery is a system of selling number tickets and giving prizes to those people whose numbers are chosen by chance. For example, the man who won the lottery last month bought, bought a new villa near the beach. The next one is an adjective major with an antonym to minor. Okay. Major a which means which refer to the phrase of more important, bigger, or more serious than others of the same type. For example, sugar is a major cause of tooth decay. Case. The next one is now is a job refuse collector. Refill collector is a person whose job is to empty people's dustbin and take the rubbish away. For example, he is a refill collector, so he only works in the morning. The next one is also an adjective, terrible, with an antonym of terrific. Okay, terrible is talk about something very unpleasant or serious or of low quality. For example, the weather today is terrible. It has been raining all day. And the last one, last adjective is unlucky with uh, an antonym of lucky. Unlucky means to have or to bring bad luck. Yes. For example, she is unlucky to be caught cheating in the exam. So that will be 7 new words you need to learn in today's lesson. Okay, so let's move to the first activity. Okay, I have a passage and your job is to read the text and see that if all lottery winner are happy. Okay, so now we will read together. Last weekend, somebody bought a lottery ticket, chose on the correct number, and won millions. How lucky, okay? Or maybe not. Why? In the 1970s, scientists at the University of Illinois studied lottery winners and compared their level of happiness with other people. The results were interesting. The winner felt delighted for a short time, but after that, their happiness returned to normal level. Okay, and you can see this is the answer of the questions. Okay, I will underline this. The winner felt delighted for a short time, but after that, their happiness returned to normal level. Okay, let's continue reading. A similar study by the University of California in 2008 gave the same results. They looked at lottery winners in 6 months after they win and felt completely normal level of happiness. And for a few unlucky people, a huge lottery win was the start of major problem. Okay, they do not only return to normal level of happiness, but also it may also cause some major problem. For example, Alex Toss won 13 million in 1990. He stopped working, spent the money quickly, and had terrible argument with his family and friends. So through the test, you can see that not all lottery winners are happy. They just feel happy for a short time, but for the next period they feel unhappy. No, they return to the normal happiness. Yes, and some of them also have some problem with the money. Okay, so before moving to the next activity, I want to remind to you about one simple things that you have learned for a very long time. You have learned a lot of time. Yes, it's a past symbol. Okay, okay. Let's see the use. Past symbol is used to talk about the finished action in a finite time period or moment. When you look at this, we are here now. Here we are in the present. Okay, and past symbol is located in the past, and it do not. It have stopped. It stopped in the past. Okay, and next, for example, we went to Tokyo in 2020. Okay, you can see this 2020. Now we are living in 2022, 23. Okay, 2023. So the time in 2020 has stopped. So we will use past symbol. Okay, the next example, I visited my best friends 2 days ago. Okay, this is also a symbol of past symbol. Okay, and she were in the stadium yesterday. Yesterday, okay, something has happened. Yeah. Okay, we will move to the structure of this tense. Yes, this is the tense of past symbol. Now, no, we can see here. We will look at the tense first. We'll figure out the tense. ourselves. Okay, so we, I, and she, a subject, very familiar subject. Okay, went, visited, and was are past simple tense of verb or called verb to ed. Okay, we normal call this in Vietnam, and after that we get the other thing called object. Okay, so this is our structure. And remember, when you use to be in the past simple tense, it will be was for single subject and were for plural subject. Okay, and we'll continue with the our task. So now you look at this and find all the past simple form in the text, and we will read again together. Last weekend, this is the signal, okay, signal of the past simple tense. Somebody bought, okay, the first one is bought a lottery ticket. Chose is also a past simple tense. The correct number and 1 million. How lucky or maybe not in the 1970s, scientists at the University of Illinois studied here the ed, so it will also a past simple tense lottery and compare their level of happiness with other people. The results were interesting. The winner felt delighted for a short time, but that their happiness returned to normal levels. A senior study by the University of California in 2008 gave the same result. They looked at lottery winners 6 months after they win and found completely normal level of happiness. And for a few unlucky number people, a huge lottery win was the start of major problems. Alex Toss, for example, won $13 million in 1990. He stopped working and spent the money quickly and had terrible argument with his family and friends. So that will be on the past simple form in the text. Now you can see here there are various kinds to write a past simple form of a verb. For example, this one is a irregular verb, so this will be turned to bought. Its normal verb is buy. Okay, buy. And the next one is okay, return. Return, in the return you just need to add ed. Okay, this is 2 example. So we will learn this on the book and see how many times are there to write a past simple form of the verb. Okay, now we have four ways. The first one, we form the passive form of regular verbs by adding ed. Okay, adding ed to infinitive. For example, want into wanted, talk into talked. Okay, and the second one is there's some rule about spelling changes. For example, in rob, when you add ed, you must multiple the p, you must double the p. Okay, rob. Marry, in marry, you will turn y into I and then add ed. Okay, and in move, you have the e already, so you just need to add the d, not the ed anymore. Okay, and some irregular verbs. Okay, irregular verbs have different kind of past simple form. For example, go will turn into went, begin will turn to began, leave will turn to left, and take will turn to took. This is very familiar because you have met it for a lot of time. Okay. And the last one is the past simple form of the verb be. Had two forms, singular and plural. Okay, its was is singular and was will use for singular noun and were will use for plural noun. Okay, so now we will match on the past simple form with rule A and D in the following table. But before that, I will show you some regular verb and irregular verb. Yes. Okay, this is very familiar. And pay attention to the irregular verb because with the irregular verb, you need to learn by heart. There is nothing for you to get half in the text, so you need to learn by heart these irregular verbs. Okay. So now, let's move to our exercise. The first table is for adding ed to the infinitive. The second one is spelling changes. The next one is irregular verb. And the last one is be, the verb be. So the first one, return. Return is the normal verb with the ed added. So it will be in the section A. Remember A table. Had. Had is the normal the past simple form of have. So it changed the word completely, so it will be irregular verb. Study. In the word study, you will turn Y into I and then add ed, so it will be spelling changes. Bought. Bought is the past simple form of the word buy, so it will be irregular verb. The verb be is the plural form of the verb be had the plural form is were, so it will be in D. Look is the normal word with ed added, so it will be A. Okay. Compare. Compare, the word compare and with the letter E, so you just need to add the D, so it will be spelling changes. Chose. Chose is from the word choose, so it will be irregular verb. It doesn't have any ed here. Was. Was is the singular form of be, so it will be in D. Stop. In the word stop, you see double B, so it will spelling changes, so it will be in the B. Failed. You see no ed here, so it will be irregular verb. One also no ed, irregular verb. And also similar to fail, no ed. Okay. Gave, no ed. And spend, also no ed. So this is our answer for this activity. And next you will practice on your own. Okay. So your work is to complete the text with the passive form of the verb in the brackets. So it's rather easy. You just need to pay attention to the verb be, because you need to know the subject before it was singular or plural. Okay, for example. Okay, so let's do it together. Okay, here the pen. Okay, in the first one, Carl and his family is the plural subject. Okay, Carol and his family, there are more than 2 people, so it will be plural. So the verb be will become were deleted. When his is a singular noun, but the verb win is the irregular, so it will become one. And he give is also a regular verb, so it will become gave. Millions of pounds. Okay, so he also spent, Spend is also a irregular verb, so it will become spent. And over the next few years, he blah blah get into trouble. Okay, get into trouble. Though this phrasal verb you have just learned in the vocabulary. He but get is a irregular verb, so you will turn it into got. His wife Sandra. His wife Sandra is one person. One person, so the B will become was. Gross, upset, and design. Design is a regular verb, so you need to add the ed, but there is also a e here. So you just need to add the d. Decided. Soon, he have is an irregular verb, so it will become had. And in 2010, he begin is also an irregular. It will become began work as a refill collector again. Until class is over, he say is also an irregular. It will become said. So before move on, you can see that here is another example of um, winning a lottery, and he also not happy. We after winning, he spent some of his money to charity and to his friend and relative. However, he also spends a lot of money on party, and over the next few years, he also got into trouble with the police. Okay, and because of that, his wife was cross and upset, and decided to leave him. And then, when he had no money left, he also began working as a refill collector again. So, after he won a lottery, nothing changed. Yes, for a long time, nothing changes. Okay, after a year, everything come back to its start, and he also lost his wife. Okay, so you need to be wise when you win a lottery. Okay, so here is more other more challenging ones. Okay, in this task you need to complete the sentences. Okay, with the adjective below, and also you need to turn the verb into passive form. The verb in bracket into passive form. Okay, for example, Sandra Caron feel the past will become failed, and she felt upset when Michael spent a lot of his money on party. Okay, the next one, Spencer. Spencer is a singular noun, so it's singular subject. So if the B will become was. We will add the adjective later. Spencer was feeling something when he robbed. Rob is the special form. You need to change the spelling. It will turn into robbed. 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 It will have the double P here. And Spencer was feeling what when he dropped all his money on the floor of the shop. Here we have bored, delighted, embarrassed, and suspicious. Okay, and in this case, Spencer will feel embarrassed when he dropped the money on the floor at the shop because so much people see that he feel embarrassed. Okay, the next one, best. Best is also a singular subject, so B will become worse. Worse, blah blah blah. When she win will is a irregular verb, so it will become won. When she won the essay competition, when you won a competition, what will you feel? Yes, happy or delighted. Okay, delighted. Okay, we'll continue. I feel is a here an irregular verb, so it will become felt. Felt. He felt a bit like something. When the man said, it will turn into said. Said he was a millionaire. Wow, when you see your friend said that he a millionaire, what will you feel? Yes, will you cannot feel bored. It is yes, it is not suitable. It will be suspicious. Suspicious. Oh, okay. I felt suspicious when the man said that he was a millionaire. And the last one, I guess an irregular verb, so it will turn into got. A bit, okay. The only one left, bored. I got a little bit bored because Dan talk. Talk is a regular verb, so we just need to add ed. Okay, talked about his new girlfriend on evening. Okay, so now we will move to the last one, the last activity. But this activity you need to work in pair. Okay, so in this activity you will tell your classmate about a time when you have this feeling. You the past simple form. Okay, so here is six feeling I got for you. So for example, I was excited because I received good result yesterday. Okay, and here you can see here the passive form. Okay, past simple form. Here I use the past simple form and also a signal for the past simple form yesterday. Something had ended. So this is also the last the last one of our lesson today. And with this activity, you will be conducted in class. So please do the quiz on the chronomial. Okay, do the quiz and then you will receive your score, your homework. The quiz will place a homework for you. Okay, so this will be the end of the lesson today. Thank you for your listening.